Former President Donald Trump will not appear in an Atlanta courtroom today. He's just one of 19 total defendants waiving their right to an arraignment.
And it's a shakeup in an already historic court battle over the 2020 presidential election in Georgia.
Queen City News Chief Legal Analyst Khalif Rhodes joins us here. Khalif, good to have you here with us.
Good morning. Good morning.
A lot to unpack here. This way, the former president doesn't have to be in court today. Clear to make that point.
I mean, obviously, unpacking any of this will, take a degree or some type of specialty degree that I don't even possess. This is outside of the legal realm for anybody that practices law. But what you're talking about is the formality of going there and hearing the document, your indictment and your charges read to you, and getting an opportunity to address counsel, either saying, Your Honor, I have an attorney, or I need one presented for me. And so that formal process goes back to you having an opportunity to know what you're charged with. And so most people would want to do that. Or if you hire an attorney prior to you going to court, you'll waive that. That formal process is over and we can get the ball rolling. And that's what they've all done now.
So even though he waived his right, he still took the infamous mugshot that we've seen all over the place. They settled on a $200,000 bond. I mean, this is still the first former president to ever go through this. This is still huge.
I mean, not still huge. This is significant. I mean, in the legal process, this is, historic, but just in our country's process, this is historic. We're talking about the former president of the United States facing right now almost 91 plus charges in 4 different states. But with that case specifically, you're talking about RICO charges. These are charges that they created to try to get mafia figures, back in the 80s and the 90s, and now they're using them against a former elected official. And so for sure, this is historic as an understatement.
What will we see happen next?
The next steps is now this is when the maneuvering will start to happen. You have 19 plus individuals. Anytime I have a case with this amount of co-defendants, I think the most I've ever had is 10. What you are concerned for is defendants flipping on your specific client. And so as the ship starts to sink, as you start to get the mounting weight of the evidence from the discovery, and that's what they'll start to receive, they'll start to see all of the state's case. Right now, they only have the indictment, which is the surface. All of their case will be the mountains of tapes, any types of text messages, any types of videos. That evidence will start to become overwhelming for some of these lower level folks on that list of 19. And as some of them start to jump ship, normally jumping ship means now you'll start to be the state's key witness. And if you become the state's key witness, that's hard for Trump. That hurts him significantly.
Well, and speaking of hurting him, it seems like every time he gets indicted, his numbers continue to go up. Poll numbers keep showing, different loyalties on the Republican side, whether or not they're going to follow with him or not if he is nominated. But could any of these charges keep him? I mean, we know there has to be evidence. Could these keep him from continuing to run for president?
No charge can stop him from running. Even a conviction could not stop him from running. I mean, and so there is really nothing that could stop him from running except for him deciding that, my mounting legal troubles are probably too much for me to run an actual race. I mean, I have a problem dealing with my cases here in one state, in one county. I could not imagine attempting to run for president while still trying to figure out how I maneuver, these 4 criminal ones, but he has a number of other civil cases. And so for sure, he can run, but the question is, should he while he's trying to do this? And that's something that only he can answer.